Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And this week we're going to be talking about something. It's a new recipe that I kind of developed that I'm really excited about. And it's basically on how to make your kefir like fluffy or like mousse. And it's something so easy and so good for you and so much fun to make that I can't wait to tell you about it. So, staying healthy is just a very daunting challenge for most people. And life can get crazy at times, but most of the articles that I write and that I do my podcasts on are meant to give you guys little things you can do to make a big difference in your life. Because life is it's just too short to feel bad and struggle with health problems. And I see so many people doing this. And, each time I find something that helps me, I want to pass it on to you to help you. So let me tell you about something that you can add to your kefir smoothies that not only gives them a yummy taste, but also a mousse-like texture. It also gives you a special fiber that keeps you full and satisfied. But not only that, what else this fiber does is it lowers cholesterol, blood sugar, has cancer-fighting properties. And I love this recipe because it only takes a few minutes to make. And you only need like one tiny ingredient. And I've just been having it every day. And I found that I'm so full, I can't eat anything else after I have this. So all you need to do to make this is to have a blender and a spoon and a few minutes. And you need some kefir. And it's really life-changing because it's so simple and so easy and so delicious to make. Okay, before I get into the recipe, and I'm going to put a video at the end of this. If you're on YouTube listening to this, I'm going to put a video at the end so you can watch the video if you'd like to see how to make it. And I want to talk about, before we get to that, I want to talk about the importance of fiber. So fiber is so important to have in your diet because it can change absolutely everything. And your gut bacteria depends on it. Soluble fiber is crucial as it is the food for your microbiome. It's the food for those little microbes. It feeds the fiber, but your microbiome uses this fiber. These bacteria consume it, and it feeds them, but it doesn't really feed you. So it just feeds those little minions that are running around, keeping you well, keeping your immune system strong. So there are two types of fiber. There's soluble and insoluble fiber. And actually there's three because there's resistant starch, which is a type of fiber too, but that's another podcast. So soluble fiber is dissolved in water and creates a gel that can do many things in the body. It can improve your digestion. It can reduce your blood cholesterol, the harmful cholesterol. And it also can reduce your blood sugar and keep that stable. It can really help your body improve your blood glucose control, which can also, help reduce your risk for diabetes and cancer. Now, insoluble fiber is fiber that helps your stools be soft and easy to pass with less strain on your bowels, and it can promote bowel health and regularity, but it also does helps with your blood sugar because it helps support your insulin sensitivity. And just like soluble fiber, it may reduce your risk for diabetes and even cancer. Now, I want to talk to you about this ingredient that we're putting in our kefir to give it that mousse-like texture. And that is xanthan or gum. It's a popular food additive that's been used for like gluten-free breads, for baked goods. It's added to foods to thicken them or be a stabilizer. But it will also make your kefir smoothies very fluffy and mousse-like. It creates a natural feeling of fullness in the gut that keeps you satisfied for hours. And it was funny because for breakfast, I normally have a kefir smoothie, a piece of sourdough toast with like nut butter or peanut butter, and I have a cup of coffee. Almost every morning I do this. Well, when I started adding the xanthan or gum to my kefir to make it mousse-like, I couldn't eat the toast anymore because it was so full. I didn't want anything else. Now, one of the places that you can get xanthan or gum is Bob's Red Mill. And he says that xanthan or gum is a coating from a particular bacteria. Okay, let me see if I can say this. Xanthomonas campestris. Not sure that's how you say it, but I think it is. And this bacteria grows a very protective coating. Okay, and he said, think of it like an orange peel or the skin of an onion. It's a protective layer. When fed a particular food, this bacteria coating becomes very, very sticky and makes a great binding and thickening agent in baking. So xanthan gum was discovered by scientists in 1963, and since then it has been a well-researched and determined safe. Therefore, the FDA has approved it as a food additive and places no limitations on it that a food can contain. However, I think it's best to limit to it about 15 grams, and I don't even use that. Usually around 6 is what I use of xanthan gum per day. It's just so much soluble fiber that it might cause gas and bloating if you're not used to that much fiber. If you're used to it, it won't bother you, but in the beginning, I would limit it to 15 grams a day. Now, okay, let me tell you this too, while we're on the subject. Now, I have Bob's Red Mill xanthan gum, and it says like it has 7 grams of fiber in it per serving. And then I saw on the new label, somebody told me there's no fiber on it. So what I think is happening is they're making it differently now, not the way they used to make it. So what they're doing is I think they're feeding it sugar instead of it growing on the bacteria, growing on the protective coating of orange peels and onions. Therefore, it doesn't have the soluble fiber. So you want the one that has the 7 grams of fiber. So check your labels and I've got a link to the one that I use, but the old one I had from Bob's Red Mill said it did have that, but now they've changed the formula. So you want to get the one that has the fiber on it because that's where you're going to get all your benefits from. So just check your labels when you buy that, because I think that now, because it's so popular, especially with gluten-free stuff, that they're making it quicker by feeding it, letting it some kind of sugar coating instead of actually using the onion peels or the orange peels to make it through with the bacteria. So anyway, that's my theory. I don't even know if that's correct, but that's what I've been reading. Okay, so nutritional breakdowns and studies. 1 tablespoon, which is approximately about 9 grams, contains about 30 calories, 0 grams of fat, 0 grams of protein, and 7 carbohydrates, which is 7 grams of fiber. So it has a lot of benefits, and it's all about the fiber. You only need a small amount to reap these benefits, and here are some of the benefits. 1, it lowers cholesterol. In one study with 5 men consuming 12 grams of xanthan gum a day found that it helped lower cholesterol by 10%, which is quite a bit. And then there was another study that had found that it had cancer-fighting properties, and they found that xanthan gum had these cancer-fighting properties when the study evaluated the oral administration of xanthan gum. It's xanthan gum is how you say it. It's an X at the front, Xantham, but it's pronounced xanthan. So, but they discovered that it significantly reduced tumor growth and prolonged survival of mice inoculated with melanoma cells. That when they gave them xanthan gum, that it reduced their tumors. It also has blood sugar stability, which is really important for all of us, especially as we get older. It's important to keep your blood sugar stable. It's one of the most important things you can do at any age. By adding more fiber, and things like kefir can make a huge difference. And in this study, they supported that because they found that xanthan gum could reduce blood sugar spikes and keep your blood sugar stable. And there were 2 studies, I believe, that I'll link those in the description below so you can read about that, because that's so important, because keeping your blood sugar stable controls so many things in your body. Inflammation, and it also will help you have longevity if you have good, stable blood sugar. Okay, so this is another finding they found, that it helps with weight loss. Since xanthan gum is made with soluble fiber, you can have an increased feeling of fullness, and that is true. I will attest to that, because I could only eat half of what I normally eat at breakfast when I started putting this in my smoothie, because it made me so full. And it may increase fullness by delaying the stomach emptying and slowing your digestion. And it can help you feel more full, more satiated after eating. And this can really help you if you're trying to lose weight or maintain your weight loss. And I can attest to that, because it does make you feel very, very full. Now, Kefir Mousse, which is what this recipe that I'm going to give you, is super easy to make. And it has that special soluble fiber that keeps you full, feeds your microbiome while supplying a myriad of health benefits. It is the ingredient. Sometimes they put it in all different kinds of things. They even put it in chewing gum. But it's a coating. Xanthan gum is a coating from a particular bacteria, Xanthomonas campestris. And this bacteria grows a protective coating. Think of it like an orange peel or the skin of an onion. It's a protective layer. When fed a particular food, this bacteria coating becomes very, very sticky and makes a great binding agent. And we have 2 recipes, and you can experiment and try to make your own version. It's so simple. All you need is a high-speed blender and a spoon, and it's fabulous. I just love it. So I am going to give you the recipe link. So basically what you're doing is I use a cup of kefir. I use a cup of frozen berries or strawberries, raspberries. You can use bananas. You can use whatever kind of fruit you want. And 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum, which is about 6 grams of fiber. And then you could add honey or sweetener if you would like. And then you just blend it all up for if you have a high-speed blender, it's anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, just until it gets super thick the way you want it. A little longer if you don't have a high-speed blender. And then you're ready to serve it. It's delicious. You can also make a chocolate mousse, which we love. And it's a cup of kefir, a cup of frozen bananas that are chopped up in little pieces, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum, which is super easy. You don't even use, actually, I've even used less than that. With 1 teaspoon, it still works great. And then you just blend it up until it's thick and mousse-like. And that's how to do it. Now, what we're going to do with this, if you're not watching this, you can go to YouTube. I'm going to put the video on here to show you how it works and what it looks like when it's all blended up and made, because you can serve it right away. It has a lot of air in it. It has a little bit of bubble, like air bubbles in it that make it fluffy. And it's just like a mousse, exactly. And you can switch this up. You can add all different types of ingredients to this, but it's absolutely a wonderful way to get people to eat kefir, especially picky eaters, especially kids or people who don't like it. It just tastes like mousse. So you could think of there's all different kinds of ways you can use this. And it's just a wonderful addition to your diet because you're getting so much soluble fiber, which everybody needs more of. That helps feed your microbiome, and it helps to boost your immune system because it keeps everything. It keeps the good bacteria strong, so that keeps out pathogens and harmful bacteria that otherwise would like to take over. And it also keeps yeast in balance in your body too. So, and you want a diversity of different types. That's what you are. You're a different combination of bacteria and yeast. And you want all of those to be in balance. And the best way to do that is to have lots and lots of good bacteria. And kefir is a wonderful way because it has 50 plus good bacteria in it. But with the addition of the xanthan gum, which is anywhere from 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, depending on what you prefer, it's going to make your kefir mousse-like, delicious. It's fun to eat. People will want to eat it more because it's got a wonderful texture. So I hope this helps. I hope that you will give it a try and then let me know how it turns out for you, because it's been a real game changer for us. We love it at our house. So if you want to see the video, and I'll put the recipe link below, but it's really super simple. And if you want to see a video, head on over to YouTube and check out this podcast. At the end, we'll put the video in. So thanks for listening. And I hope you try it, and let me know if you do, and let me know how it tastes, and let me know some of your creations, because I like getting ideas and recipes for creations for new things that I can share with people. So have a great week, guys, and we will see you next time.